Hello, and welcome back to Storytime Saturdays. I'm LJ Bray, my pronouns are they, them, and we are trying to remember what exactly we were doing last week and what the story has been so far. So we're playing Campus Notes Forget Me Not. We have... Did someone remind me what the story has been up till this point? We were doing... Okay, let's start from the top. We're third year transfer university students. Why is that as far as I can remember? I've only just woken up. There is Fuma, who is our new best friend. Him and I met a bunch of weird girls, starting with Pointy Tooth here, who we think may be a vampire because she took our tomato juice and then collapsed. Then we met Kayan-chan, who had a trowel and was digging a hole and we think might be a werewolf. Then there was Beret Girl, with the clingy dress, clingy sweater, rather. And then we met a robot girl who no one else seems to remember, but we've seen her once after, since then, hanging out with the blonde-haired girl. And we think that girl may be something to do with why everyone's forgetting us. And that's the main plot point, is that everyone is forgetting us now. At least within the university. And we seem to have found there's an app on our phone that allows us to detect the range. It uses some kind of like radar that shows up normal people, but anyone who it forgets doesn't show up on the radar. And that's what we spent most of last time doing, was wandering around. But in this particular instance right now, I believe Kayan-chan was just being hit on by some random dude who was like, "Hey, I see you around here all the time," which of course was like, oh, does he remember us? But no, he was just using it as a pickup line. Us, as in Yuta, tried to get involved, but this guy was going to fight us. But then Togi-chan threw like a can at his head, and then that distracted him and he wandered away for some reason. I think I've done a good job catching us up to speed. Does that make sense to anyone? Any questions? We all on the same page? Yes, this is Pointy Tooth, or Togi-san, as we now know her to be called. She's the vampire, as far as we can tell. Actually, last stream, we did acknowledge that she may be a vampire, like in the story. She was talking about bird's nest soup, which is apparently uses like the spit of like a certain kind of sparrow in China or something. And she really liked the fact that there is a red version that she believed was caused by the blood of the sparrows, and was like really interested in like having blood. And we actually acknowledged, like, we said, like, you seem like a vampire when you talk about blood like that. And I believe her response was like, maybe I am. So it has been acknowledged now within the story that she seems very vampiric. Other than that, we've been spending a fair amount of time with her. Stuff. We held her hand when we were going to the shrines, because apparently she's afraid of the shrines, or not able to walk on hollow ground without being asked, maybe, is my theory. You know, to fit in with vampire lore, the idea that they have to be invited in. Other than that, I think we're ready to get started, like, actually continue on with the game. I've caught us up to the current situation. So Togi-san's just distracted the guy. This is the guy walking away right now. So Togi-san muttered as she walked away. Yep. How do I... Oh. It would help if I actually had the game up, wouldn't it? Okay. Togi-san muttered as she watched him walk away.
Togi-chan,
Ciao. I'll always be the hero after your heart, Keian-chan. Togi-san turned to Kurumi-san and blew a kiss. Oh yeah, also we found out that she's like a complete pervert who, I mean, I'm not sure if we already knew that or not. But she hits on the other two girls. Probably more than she hits on us. And just seems to be like a pervert in general. Have fun, you two. She then fluttered her hand in a lazy wave and walked away opposite to where the man went. I guess that takes the cake.
Hehe, you weren't too bad yourself, Yukun. You were a little cool.
Definitely a juvenile guy's fantasy. And this one is the werewolf, yes, Keian-chan. A little?
Yeah, a little.
I must have looked sad. Kurumi-san started to giggle.
Although, I have to say, every time, you're the person that always comes to my rescue first. Thanks?
You're welcome, but I have a feeling you'd be fine fighting them off on your own.
Of course I would be. I'm used to it.
I knew it. I wondered if she actually accepted some of these invitations she got, if she found them attractive enough. Why? Why are we wondering? She's a grown woman. I'm sure she must accept them sometimes. I don't think that that's something we need to worry about. I guess she does.
Yukun, you shouldn't make naughty assumptions.
Ouch. Am I so obvious? Sorry.
I can't believe a big airhead like that is a student at the University of Tsukuba.
I think she's talking about the guy who we just had to fight off. Well, we have a variety of students. Besides, anybody could walk into the cafeteria if they wanted to. I think there may be regulars from outside the campus using the cafeteria because it's cheap and pretty good. Kurumi-san, why do you look annoyed?
Because, don't you feel offended, Yukun? That guy said, you can't be her girlfriend. That's rude.
Oh, how's the volume going? I think it looks okay. The levels look okay to me. It's true, though.
So, I feel angry that he slighted you.
You seem the type that would hate people like that guy just now.
You do seem the type that would hate people like that guy just now. Yeah, anyone would. He was being a sleaze and wasn't taking a no for an answer.
He also he grabbed Keian-chan when she said no. Like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up in anyone's book. No one should like that type of person.
Yeah, I do. But I don't think I'm angry because of the reasons you assume. I'm angry because I have too much in common with those people.
Too much in common? You? And that guy? You must be joking.
No, I'm not.
Oh, music change.
You know, when I was a kid, I loved to collect insects.
Oh, also they ate insects last time. Apparently it was some kind of, like, delicacy. But most of the characters were grossed out. But Pointy Tooth and Werewolf just ate all of those insects. And in fact, Togi-san, the Pointy Tooth, the vampire, she had made a promise that she'd do anything we'd ask of her. She suggested a kiss, but we turned her down because she'd just been eating like bugs a few hours earlier, and we were not wanting to lock lips with someone who eats bugs.
You know, when I was a kid, I loved to collect insects.
Sorry, but is this a new topic?
Don't worry, I'll get there. It's all connected.
Okay. I think I can kind of tell that you like bugs.
Somehow, I think you're misunderstanding me. It's not like I was a tomboy that ran around the mountains scraping my knees. I loved cute things when I was small, and I think I was pretty girlish. I thought butterfly wings were so much prettier than plastic gems. And ladybugs were cuter than plastic dolls. I was different from the others in class, I suppose. But that couldn't be helped, I guess. Small creatures are so cute, just because they're small. It's so unfair. That's all they needed to be, to look cute. If they're the size of my palm, great. The size of my finger, even better. If you need a magnifying glass, then that's just awesome. Too cute.
Sorry, I don't think I understand.
Someday you will, if you hang around with me enough.
Yes, Sangat, you're also very cute. Gurumi-san, that means you still like bugs, don't you? You said, when I was small, in past tense, as if you don't anymore.
Yes. Now I just look at them. I don't do anything else.
What else is there to do with them? What does that mean?
In truth, even now, whenever I see a large rock in the shade, I feel like turning it over.
Jesus Christ. Where was she carrying that? Why did she suddenly pull it out?
Whenever I find a good spot during the day, I go back in the evening when nobody is there and flip the rocks over with my spade. Hehe.
Again, that's a trowel, not a spade, but I guess we'll call a spade a spade. Gurumi-san took out her spade. She had a slightly psychotic look. That's slightly psychotic to you? That's not what I call that expression, but okay. Kurumi-san, that spade, you always carry that around with you. Hey, Big Hanny. Yes, I'm streaming. Did you have obviously not been listening? I mentioned a couple times during the week that, yeah, the Saturday streams are going to start this early from now on. Just, well, mostly for Devilbird's sake. Devilbird said that this was a good time for her to catch the stream, and she really wants to know the story of it. So, yes, early morning cringe.
Hey, Neat.
Good to see you. You like it? You just woke up, Neat? That's good. Yeah, everyone can wake up and get their early dose of cringe. No, I quite like. I think it's good. It allows me to reach a different audience, and also, you know, it's a Saturday, so no one has like work or anything. You just needed to finish the script. No, it's lovely having you here, Devilbird, and it's just good to have someone interested in the story. 11:25 a.m.
Yeah.
And Big Hattie, you're saying you enjoy early morning Saturday coffee and a show? Yes. Yes, it's good. You mean PM? Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I think that's around the same time for, Devilbird. Don't get in my head right now. Were you being serious when you said you just woken up, Neat? That you've just woken up at like 11:30 at night? If so, that's probably a pretty similar sleep schedule to me. Yes, but if you say 23:25, I have no idea what time that is. I mean, I could figure that one out, but I can't read 24-hour time for shit. Gurumi-san, that spade. You always carry that around with you.
Yes, I do. I always have it with me so I can dig wherever I think I might find something.
What time is it for me? Right now, it is coming up on 3:30 in the afternoon. So, you know, it's a perfectly normal time for me. You took an early nap because you're down with a fever. Oh, no! Oh, that sucks, Nate. I hope you're gonna be, okay. Is it like just a cold or what?
I always have it with me so I can dig wherever I think I might find something.
Okay, so that might explain why she was digging a hole last time.
It's also useful for when I find wild vegetables. It's also useful when I find
wild vegetables. Red leather, yellow leather, wild vegetables.
It's also useful when I find wild vegetables.
Just a fever. Okay, so like some kind of infection maybe, or something like that. Because yeah, okay. Yeah, make sure you get some rest. Don't strain yourself too much, and don't stay up if just to watch my stream and stuff if you need to get more sleep. Wild vegetables?
Hey, why are you looking at me so pitifully? It isn't uncommon for someone to carry a spade around. Many dog owners have one to clean up poop.
Dog owners? Are you a dog? Are you pooping?
But not many people carry
around one when they don't own a dog. And there aren't many girls that yell poop in a cafeteria either.
Oh!
Kurumi-san clapped a hand across her mouth, but it was too late.
I have you know, I try to be modest. Back home, I carry around a spade much bigger than this one.
No one should yell poop in a cafeteria. I don't know. I feel like poop's a pretty cute word, honestly. The P at the end. I don't know. It wouldn't bother me if someone was yelling poop in a cafeteria.
I thought it would draw a lot of attention in Tsukuba.
I bet it drew a lot of attention where she came from, too. But I didn't tell her that. Why did you stop collecting them, Kurumi-san? Because you thought you were too old for it?
Something like that, I guess. I'm not gonna pretend I don't know, so I'll be straightforward about this. Keion-chan's pretty attractive, right?
Yeah, you were pretty straightforward about it. But you're right.
All girls grow up being told that they're cute. But as I got older and more people began asking me out, it got me thinking. Maybe Keion-chan really is cute. And then I realized something else. When you catch an insect to collect them, you euthanize them by putting them in bottles filled with medicine so they don't panic and scratch their wings or legs.
I didn't know that that's how that happened. I mean, I'm familiar with the idea of, like, pinning butterflies as being part of, like, collecting them, but... Okay. How does that connect to...
It is connected.
Okay.
Once the insect is paralyzed, you take it out with pincers and poke it with a needle, pinning it to a wooden box.
You can't kill a scorpion with vodka, I can tell you that. Really?
How does that...
I mean, what were you trying to do to the scorpion, Devilbird? Like, just flood it? Or, like, did you drop a scorpion into a bottle of vodka? Because I feel like that would kill it just by drowning it, but I don't know if the alcohol would necessarily do anything major to it.
I felt terrible, so guilty. But as I watched them slowly die in the bottle, sometimes I would see my own reflection.
But if you felt terrible about it, your BIL heard you could make a scorpion sting itself to death by putting it in vodka. It does not work, nor does it drown. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why would a scorpion sting itself to death? I mean, I don't see the logic there, but okay. And it doesn't drown either? That seems, that's crazy. I guess scorpions are a type of arachnid, so they have, like... Because drunk or alcohol burns? You're not sure? Okay. Scorpions are terrifying? Yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, I honestly wouldn't fuck around with them.
I would be surprised. In my heart, I'd feel guilty. I'd say sorry so many times.
Then stop doing it. If it's making you feel guilty, stop doing it. You don't have to do that to collect the insects. You know, you can create little terrariums and stuff, you know? I wouldn't fuck around with a scorpion. What did I say? I wouldn't fuck around? Cringe? You have so many kinds? Yeah, I'm honestly not sure I've ever seen a real scorpion, as opposed to a fake one. I'm not sure I've ever seen a scorpion in real life. I've seen, you know, ones in like collections and stuff, but like a wild one? You can find them with blacklight. Okay. Basically, everyone in Arizona has blacklight flashlights. Are you just being obnoxious on purpose? That's okay, Hattie. That's what you're here for. Yeah, I get, you know, Arizona, obviously, you know, you think of the desert, you think of, yeah, I'm in Australia, but I don't know, I don't think we have that many scorpions here, I'm not sure. I mean, you're the scorpion expert here, Devilbird, you'll be able to tell me what kind of scorpions we have here. They blend in. Brown carpet, brown floors, brown walls. Arizona's a very brown place, is it?
I would be surprised. In my heart, I'd feel guilty. I'd say sorry so many times. But my eyes look bright, as if I couldn't wait to see the insects die.
Oh, okay. This is, She was digging a hole when we first met her. Has she murdered someone before? You're not sure if we have scorpions? We have smaller harvestman spiders, but not by much. Have you considered a different color of house? And you have a lot of venomous reptiles. Oh, snakes. But venomous reptiles to me made me think that they were like Komodo dragons wandering around or something.
But my eyes look bright, as if I couldn't wait to see the insect die. So I love collecting insects, but I hated myself each moment I did that. I guess it was around middle school when boys began asking me out.
You have a venomous lizard? The Gila monster. Oh, it's pronounced Gila? The Gila monster?
At first, I was flattered, but I was also shy. I couldn't meet their eyes. But one day, I lifted my face and felt something grow cold inside of me.
Oh my god. Did she kill the first boy who ever asked her out?
They have eyes just like me. They look the same way I look at an insect in a bottle.
Jesus Christ. Hattie, you're saying you really take it for granted how safe it is to live where you do? Yeah, in Finland. She buried them in the garden. Yeah, She's got a weird way of looking at the world.
Attracted to pretty butterfly wings, wanting to pin them down for their own selfish reasons.
Why is pin them down in bold? Is this gonna turn into some sexual thing?
And from then on, I stopped collecting insects.
That's a very, I mean, if Kei-chan was a real person, I would wonder what kind of, relationship she's experienced to have that kind of view of anyone who would be interested in her as, just wanting to collect her and, you know, kill her. Not even just trap her, but, like, kill her is, I don't know, it's very, very dark outlook.
Each time someone like that asks me out, I always remember the way I stared at the poison bottles, myself. Yukon, are you thinking I should just dress more conservatively so I don't draw attention?
No! Why the fuck would I think that? That's a fucking awful thing to think. No, you're not. You don't need to change what you do to suit someone else. That's not you.
Yukon, are you trying to say I don't care for my surroundings?
Achievement unlocked, stay the way you are. No belt under your boobs? No, we love the boob belt. The boob belt is our friend. Wildlife stays away from humans there in Finland. The only hazard is the weather. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can freeze to death there, obviously. No, I'm just saying. Your way of sticking to your guns is one of your good qualities. As long as you stay the way you are, I don't think you'd take a wrong turn, no matter what comes onto you. No matter who comes onto you. Wrong turn in bold? Aren't I right?
Hehe. Kayan-chan isn't the sort to deny that modestly.
The West is still dangerous. Grizzly bears, bison, wolves, coyotes. Americans. You have deadly weather, below freezing and over 50 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Over 50 degrees? Yeah, that's fucking insane. Haha, I thought so.
Yukon, you know me pretty well. It's comforting being around you. I think Fukun, I think Fukun knows how to detest those easy people. That's why he's careful around me. But you're sort of natural. How should I put this? Wait, Yukon, are you gay?
Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck? I can't even say anime for this. This is just, what the fuck? It only gets to 35 degrees there in Finland. But even that's rare. But it also gets to 35 degrees below. Which is such a wide range. That's insane. I never thought it would get that hot in Finland. But I guess, you know, you have long dark winters, and obviously you also have the opposite of, like, longer days, being further away from the equator during the summer. No, I'm not. Okay, don't need to deny it that vigorously. It's not that big a deal.
Then how come you don't feel the same attraction as the other guys do? I know I sound so full of myself when I say that. Hey, what's wrong? What's that face for?
Nothing. I just remembered Togi-san saying something similar yesterday. So, just because, like, we didn't immediately hit on her, everyone acts like we're weird? Kurumi-san, you just made an evil face. What was that about?
Huh? Nothing. What? You must be seeing things.
Okay. Speaking of Togi-san, she's the reason why I came to meet you today. Oh yeah, and our meeting with Togi-san last night on a bridge because we couldn't sleep. That ended prematurely. Like, we had some further conversation with Togi-chan that we, the player, are not familiar with. Like, we didn't get to see it. We thought maybe we need to speak with Kozuki. We thought maybe we need to speak with Kozuki-san properly.
Yeah, Chi-chan looks like she's been trying to handle everything herself. I'm worried.
Exactly. I think Kozuki-san has a theory she's keeping from us. I don't know why she won't talk about it, but it's worrying that because of it, she's doing everything alone. Is this the least cringy anime? I don't know, I feel like this is pretty par for the course. Togi-san has a few thoughts of her own too. I thought we should hold a meeting to discuss what we think about IMA. Okay, IMA is what they've been discussing, what they've been calling this everyone forgetting us situation, in case this is cringy as fuck. Yeah, it's definitely cringy, but I wouldn't say that it's like the least cringy or the most cringy when it comes to anime. It's right in the middle, right in that sweet spot of like pure anime cringe. So IMA is idiopathic mass amnesia is what they're calling the situation of everyone forgetting them. Oh, and it happens every single day, like, just in case no one knows. So every day, everyone in, like, the university area forgets them again. And what we want to do about IMA.
What we want to do?
What do you think?
Yukon! I've got a place I want to go, with everybody! It's the Tsukuba Botanical Gardens, right next to the Tsukuba campus, but can we all go together? When we go to investigate the rest of the perimeter?
51st Dates Poly Edition, yes. Okay, so when she's talking about the perimeter, she's talking about the perimeter of, like, the area of effect of people forgetting us. We know where the perimeter is by using the radar, and we were walking it. We walked about, like, just over half of it. That's why we were visiting the shrines, was that there seems to be shrines dotted all along the perimeter of this, suggesting maybe some kind of supernatural thing is going on. I don't know. But yeah, we used the radar to kind of get a feeling for where the area of effect is.
I spoke with Togi-chan before, and we all agreed it was a place we'd want to go visit.
No wonder Togi-san told me to see Kurumi-san before I talked to Kozuki-san. So Kozuki-san is the beret girl, Kurumi-san is Kayan, and Togi-san is Pointy Tooth.
I've got something to show everyone, and I bet the greenery will provide us a good environment to relax and chat in.
What do you want to show us?
It's a secret. We're all going to talk about our secrets, right? I just told you my secret about how I feel, so I'm going to keep this one till that day. Hee. How about it? Let's have a meeting at the Botanical Garden.
Alright, why not?
Yay! Okay. Shall I go tell Shi-chan about the plan?
You think the big boob childlike robot is behind all of this? Yes. The childlike robot definitely has something to do with this, and she hangs out with, that blonde-haired girl who's in a band that we met last time, the one with the bicycle. And the blonde-haired girl seems to be aware that she's a robot, because she mentioned that some kind of professor was doing maintenance on, the robot. So what's going on there? I don't know. No, it's alright. I'll ask her myself.
Is it because you want to be alone with her?
No, that's not what I
was just kidding. Good luck trying to catch her. It's gonna be pretty hard, I'll have to warn you.
That was so convincing, considering Kurumi-san's experience. Kurumi-san has chased down, Shi-chan a couple times now. In fact, that's what they did, the first time around. Was, KN, chased down Shi-chan because, Shi-chan thought she'd witnessed a murder, and KN was looking to, eliminate all witnesses to our murder. Because they thought we'd murdered Pointy Tooth. And then, I noticed people quarrying. Yeah, I noticed people digging rocks. And then, I noticed people quarreling at the exit of the cafeteria. I wondered whether it was that man again. Grumpy-looking student. No way, man. Where's the source? There's no way a system like that could be made so easily. Grinning student. I'm positive it's true. I can't tell you where I got the information, but the leak is legit. It came with a price, but this isn't just a rumor. I don't believe you. Use your common sense. I don't know why they've both turned into southern, why they've both gained southern accents. Vampires usually lead, no? I don't believe you. I don't want your laugh. I don't believe you. Use your common sense. There's no way that's possible. You can tell what grades you'll get for each subject even before you take it with this system. Come on. It's true, it's not. The two kept quarreling as they cut across the cafeteria and headed to class.
I wonder what that was about.
Kurumi-san and I looked at each other and shrugged. Weird. Shion and 2 sheets of paper.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
They're from the southern part of Japan. Of course, that makes sense. I was to meet Kozuki-san by the foreign students' residence halls, which lay between the dormitory town and the medical campus. It was a strange place to meet up with someone.
Hey, Kirya-kun. Sorry, did I keep you waiting?
Kozuki-san ran over from the medical campus, panting heavily. No worries, I just got here. Isn't it rare that you're at the medical campus? What's the matter?
Stop trying to probe me for information. Don't worry, I promised I wouldn't move solo anymore. I was just talking to Mayuzumi-san at the cafeteria. I'm glad everything is all right now. No hard feelings. Kind of.
Kind of? I tried to ask her what she meant, but then a chatter of high-pitched voices drew my attention.
Look, it's a date. Those two people are having a date, right?
Don't point at strangers, dear.
Then why is it called a pointing finger?
Yes, and Fupa sweater, of course, as we have to always point out. There's something strange going on with the lower half of this sweater. She managed to have tucked it into her crotch somehow.
That's because...
It was a small boy wearing a yellow hat. It appeared that this pedestrian deck was also used by the kindergarten nearby.
Are you two on a date? Are you?
What should we say? I guess unfortunately no would be the normal human response. But are we normal humans? Saying yep would definitely embarrass Shi-chan. Do we want to embarrass Shi-chan? Maybe we should try and be as normal as possible, at least for this time around. Yeah, let's. Should we go with unfortunately no? Unfortunately no is a good response. The unfortunately is nice. You know, that's smooth. I think we'll go with unfortunately no. Let's do that. Sorry, we aren't on a date. Not on a date. Achievement unlocked.
Yes, just what he said. We aren't on a date.
Oh, yeah, she does look, she looks more sad than angry, but okay.
Miss, why do you look angry? I'm not.
Kozuki-san said it so vehemently, the boy looked as if he were about to cry. Sorry. I think I did something wrong, so she's angry with me, not you. Kozuki-san, what's the matter with you?
Nothing. Ask yourself.
What? What? You wanted us to act like we were on a date? We're not dating. That would be an insane thing to do, to pretend that we're on a date to a small child for no reason. Of course we shouldn't have behaved like a normal human being. My mistake. My mistake. Oops, sorry for bumping the table there. If I knew what made her angry, I'd have avoided it in the first place.
I guess you two don't get along.
Oh dear, now the child's getting a southern accent. We usually do, honest.
Okay, good luck then. Good luck. Good luck.
I received cheers from the little kids walking past. Good luck with what, exactly?
Come on, children, let's go. Sorry to intrude, you two. Have fun.
The teacher in charge took the children away, giving us a lukewarm smile. It looked like she had the wrong idea too. I found myself thinking, that wasn't so bad. Kozuki-san had a gentle smile on her face as she waved back at the children waving at us.
Kirya-kun, which do you think is heavier?
Huh? What are you talking about?
The weight of a grown-up's life or the weight of a child's?
Why? I'm just gonna keep moving. Kozuki-san whispered as she watched the children walk away. Oh my god, she killed people too? She's killed many children, and that weighs upon her soul. Kozuki-san whispered as she watched the children walk away. It was like having a cold bucket of water thrown on me. I sobered up immediately. She ate them? The weight of life is the same for both grown-ups and children.
Oh, actually, I did have a theory that she might be a zombie. Why did I have that theory? There was something that made me think she might be a zombie.
I don't remember what. But last time I did come up with that theory.
Aren't you a clever one, Kiria-kun?
Somehow, I feel like you aren't complimenting me.
Because I'm not. You know that wasn't the answer I was looking for. That was mean of you saying the right thing. Let's say you were in an emergency, and you only had one life jacket. If there was an important politician with many responsibilities there that took it and killed a child because of the decision he made, Kiria-kun, do you think it would be morally correct?
I bet people would treat him like a monster.
What if it's the other way around? You let the child have the life jacket instead.
People would praise him.
Wouldn't that mean the majority of people believe that a young child's life is more important than a middle-aged man's? Even in the daily news, when children's lives are lost, they are broadcast as a huge tragedy. It shows that in modern society, children's lives are considered to bear more weight than grown-ups.
I guess you're right on that point.
Children are pure, and so they are sacred. That's how people think now.
I mean, no, it's because children are like innocent. I wouldn't call them sacred. That's a fucking weird thing to say about children. Like, have you ever met a child? They're fucking disgusting.
But there was a time when it wasn't so. A lot more recent than you would imagine, Kiria-kun.
What do you mean?
I have 2 sheets of paper here. One is filled with my notes from the previous seminar, which I am going to use to study for the examinations. The other is a blank sheet.
Okay.
Let's say I have to tear one apart, Kiria-kun. Choose. Which one should I tear up to bits?
Which is crap. Grown-ups are someone's kids. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're like Utah said, the weight of life is the same. They both have an equal responsibility to life. It's just that, and it, you know, I don't think that it's a matter of like just cold hard mathematics of like a child typically has more life to live than anyone older than them. I think it's more that adults have wronged us, children haven't, maybe? Is the fact, you know, the same reason that we can empathize more with animals than we can with our fellow human beings is that, you know, a dog does not necessarily hurt us emotionally in the same way that, like another human being has. Another human being is much more likely to take advantage of us than a dog or another animal, such as a cat. Although, you know, cats, if they understood human emotions, definitely would take advantage of us emotionally. So maybe that's not the best example, but... so which one should I tear up to bits? I'd say this one. I pointed at the blank piece of paper. Kozuki-san folded it and tore it in two. We got a new CG. Unfortunately, we can't really see the fupa. What's going on down there? But she is wearing a shirt that somehow manages to hug the underside of her chest there, which is curious. Cats already do that? Yeah, that's true. She tore it in two, again and again. The piece of paper was shredded into a million pieces. Kiria-kun, congratulations. You've just chosen to sacrifice a pure child's life for a dirty old grown-ups. I don't think that's not really a comparable situation. You had a cat that wouldn't comfort you when you cried? They didn't like the noise, was it? I do know cats can be pretty weird. Like huffing noises, they like to come over and punch you for and stuff like that. But he would comfort you. Just not when you were crying. So we've just chosen to kill a child. Normal thing to do. Very normal. But that's... He would come over and scream in your face if you cried. Okay. I almost yelled to say that's not true. When Kozuki-san opened her hands, the pieces of paper flew around like a snowstorm.
Did I say anything wrong? Or did you choose wrong, Kiryu-kun?
Well, for one thing, you didn't give us all the information. I feel like this just isn't a comparable situation, Shion.
I don't think either of us did. That's what I meant. When I said that there was a time when grown-ups' lives held more weight than children's. Didn't that demonstrate my meaning well?
I know that back in the Roman days, like children, like babies, weren't considered fully human just because they couldn't speak. Basically, like the ability to speak was considered like a big part of like whether you were intelligent enough to be considered human, which makes sense. How else can you tell like an animal from a man? Well, one thing is that they can speak. But it meant that like, you know, leaving a baby to die from exposure wasn't considered like that awful because they weren't really human. Which is just, you know, an interesting way of looking at it. It seems apparent now, but it was just like, that's just how we do it. Which is interesting.
Didn't that demonstrate my meaning well? ... In the past, the more you lived and the more knowledge you accumulated, the more valuable you became. If you were an innocent child that knew nothing at all, you weren't worth much.
But it's also true that, like, people still valued their own children. Like, there was still, you know, it still was pretty fucked up to be killing kids. You know, people still fought for their own children, still loved their own children.
But look at humans now. The more they live, the more they limit their possibilities, and they turn into worthless grown-ups.
The more they live, the more they limit their possibilities, and they turn into worthless grown-ups. Okay.
And that's why children have heavier lives than grown-ups now. Kozuki-san, you talk as if you hate children. That's so unexpected of you. I don't hate children. In fact, I adore them.
Okay, where's this going?
But because I do, sometimes I envy them so much I can't stand them. Every second you live, you know you're shaping your future into a single outcome, destroying whatever other possibilities you had. Each step you take may be planted firmly on the ground, but it also means you're limiting your chances. That is a frightening thing. Do you remember the first time you met me?
Kozuki-san looked at me warily as I burst out in laughter.
What's wrong?
It's just that 2 days ago, Toki-san asked me the same question. Then yesterday, Kurumi-san asked me the same thing too.
If that's true, then it was a silly thing to tell me. What if I got jealous being the last? What would you have done to make me happy?
Haha, sorry.
And? I won't ask you what you told the other two. But what about my answer?
Of course I remember. You were watching me carry Toki-san away from the bushes. You called me a murderer. Come to think of it now, that was pretty out of character for you.
That's because it was scary walking alone late at night.
It wasn't that late, it was like the afternoon. I mean, that's why we met. It wasn't that late.
I had the idea I might meet some kind of criminal on the way. I was nervous.
But why were you there?
Because, Kiryu-kun, I'm the type that wants to see something that terrifies and awes me.
Wait, so she was hoping to meet a murderer? That's interesting. That might explain a few things. She was hoping to meet a murderer.
I only believe what I see with my own eyes. I need to see everything around me. That also means I'm curious, and curiosity killed the cat, you know. It's like being scared, but peeking through your fingers as you shield your eyes. So I try walking around at night, knowing it might be unsafe, and I talk to people that look different, although I'm afraid. In the past, I thought this personality of mine was a shortcoming, but now, I'm quite thankful I turned out this way.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a shortcoming, but, it is curious. What are you afraid of the most, Kozuki-san? She chuckled. She puts herself in dangerous situations. Yeah, I mean... I wouldn't go so far as to call it a shortcoming. It's just a... Well, you know, she called it curiosity. She chuckled.
You ask me the funniest questions. I'm terrified I might not graduate. I'm frightened maybe we all can't be friends like before, because of what happened the other day.
What happened the other day? You can't be friends? You call it stupidity?
And most of all, Kiriya-kun, I'm afraid of you.
Me? Maybe I was making a frown. I lifted the corners of my mouth and waggled my eyebrows to check. Kozuki-san laughed. Is this gonna be like a... I'm falling in love with you, that's why I'm scared of you. I'm scared of these feelings. I feel like this is where this is going.
It's so strange. When I talk with you, I feel like I might spill my secrets unknowingly. I guess the last thing I can think of...
Hang on, let me begin that sentence again.
I guess the last thing I can think of that I'm scared of is... You know that story that goes, I'm scared of Manju?
Of course, everyone knows that story. You guys remember that classic story, the I'm scared of Manju story? That's my favorite story. Manju? You mean the little red bean cakes? The ones that are high in sugar and calories? Oh.
Good you stopped yourself halfway. Now I also have an idea how you feel about me.
Is this one of those weird, like, Japanese diet things you're not supposed to mention calories to women or something? Japan, you've got some issues. Sorry.
Never mind. It's homework for you to think about what I really meant.
Yes, ma'am. We're not gonna figure it out, because I don't even know what the fuck the story is.
I'll give you a warning, too. It isn't very nice to misunderstand someone's courageous confession because of your instant ignorance.
It isn't very nice to understand... Hang on, let me begin again. It isn't very nice to misunderstand someone's courageous confession because of your ignorance. So she is confessing to us. Is that what's happening?
Oh, don't be sad, Sungats.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Anyway, what did you ask me out for, Kiriya-kun?
Oh yeah. Kurumi-san was hoping if we could all go visit the Tsukuba Botanical Gardens together when we investigate the rest of the perimeter. She said she's got something to show us.
Oh, Kurumi-san said that? Interesting.
Do you want to?
Let me think. Alright then.
Kozuki-san paced away from me, taking random steps. Then she turned around.
Okay, let's do it.
She had a mischievous smile. I took a step toward her, her smile an invitation to come closer. Ooh, interesting.
Stop.
But then she halted me.
Let's say goodbye here. This is as far as we go today.
Interesting. Interesting. There's some chemistry going on here. Yuta seems to be responding to her more than he does the other girls.
Kiriya-kun, your dorm is on the other side, right?
Can you let me walk you home? At least halfway? I'm a bit worried.
Worried? Who can guarantee that you're not what I'm worried about?
I never meant anything.
I know, but I can be a little nasty. Just to get back at you? But can I be a little nasty? Can I be a little bit nasty?
But can't I be a little bit nasty just to get back at you?
See you around, Kiria-kun. In the weekend.
Kozuki-san smiled again, and then walked away, never looking back. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Memories that fade and don't. I mean, that's just memories. Like, memories either fade or they don't fade. Uff. I let out a long breath once I couldn't see Kozuki-san anymore. Then I felt a small hand tap my bum, as if to reassure me. What the fuck? You have it hard, huh? It was that little boy from just now. You remember me?
Yeah, you're the one that was on a date, right?
I was sure he had left us, both literally, and from our thoughts for a period of time. We were still within the perimeter. Wait, so they forget not just every day, but just after they've forgotten us? Like, just after they stop thinking about us? That's new information that hadn't properly been established before. That meant he could be the seventh exception. That meant he could be the seventh exception. It's all a computer sim? Why do they reset? Oh yeah. Did you know modern people don't exist in nature? Yeah, I guess. What do you mean by that? The little boy left, but he still remembered me when he came back. Turns out most are man-made. I feel like that you were making a pun there, but I don't fully understand it. Where are the others?
Oh, the teacher and everyone? They all got lost. Stupid.
That means he was the one that got lost, but I didn't say that out loud. Hey, where is your kindergarten?
I don't know.
Name?
Takuma.
I meant the name of your kindergarten.
I thought it's called a kindergarten.
Oh, no. What should I do? I don't have any relatives as young as this boy, so I didn't know how to handle a situation like this. Call a cop. Just get rid of the child. Distract them somehow. As I stood there uncertainly. As I stood there uncertainly. A friendly voice called out to me. Hey, Aika, this is the blonde lady. She seems to hang out with the robot child. We've seen her once before when we crashed into them on our bikes, and then we saw a blonde lady again later on, and she asked us to join her band, but we were like, we're kind of busy at the moment. Everyone seems to be forgetting us, but she remembered us like a week later. So she seems to she seems to be an exception to the rule, perhaps because she's friends with the robot girl.
Hey, what's the matter? You look like you need some help.
She's also a very heavy smoker. That's not in the story. That's just something I decided for her voice, and it just got worse over time. But she is in a band called Coco Cigarette, which I didn't know when I first gave her that voice, but it does seem fitting now. Oh, Ika-san. Thank God you're here. This kid got left behind during a walk in kindergarten class, and doesn't know where the others are.
Oh, never mind. I think I saw a group of people on the way here that seem to be looking for someone. I think I can catch up with them if I go after them now. I'll go tell them for you. You stay here with him. We can't have you run off with him.
Sorry to trouble you, Ika-san. Thanks.
Hey, I was wondering, but why do you know my name?
What?
This is the first time we've met, right?
Oh. She's forgotten us now. Shit. She's forgotten us. That sucks. We made a promise, remember? We'd go have a meal together? And you asked me if I'd join your band. Really? Sorry, I'd better get going before the party goes too far away. Let's talk later. Keep an eye on that kid, okay? Her name means time in Finnish. Well, that's probably not a mistake, considering she's blonde, so she's clearly supposed to be a foreigner, so her name is probably supposed to be foreign. And it does fit into the, my theory of time travel. Aika-san sped off on her bicycle. She made an expression as if to say, I shouldn't have talked to that weirdo. I couldn't digest the fact she'd forgotten me, and I simply stood there, stunned. Ever since IMA started, even if nobody remembered us, we were able to leave records that we were there. I thought I had taken the worst of it when my sister forgot about me, but maybe I hadn't quite digested what it meant to be completely forgotten. I believe we would be able to gain everything back someday. I believe we would be able to gain everything back someday. That connections with people aren't so weak. But when connections are broken and futures dissolve before they could be made, things cannot return to what they were. Aika-san didn't come back. Maybe she went somewhere else, leaving a stranger alone. Well, if they forget every time we're out of their thoughts, it could be that she just straight up, like, got distracted by something and then completely all thoughts of us left her head. You also use the word Aika to mean pretty, as in pretty cool. So as in, like, pretty as in amount of stuff, not as in beauty. Or like a... Honestly, I don't know how to define that use of pretty, but yeah. Or maybe after she left, she forgot me again.
What's the matter?
Takuma-kun pulled on my sleeve worriedly. My name is Yuta.
Yuta?
Yeah, Yuta. Takuma-kun, can you promise that you won't forget me ever? That's a weird thing to say to a child.
Okay, I'm pretty smart. I can remember everything. I can name all types of vehicles. Ambulance, fire truck.
Thanks.
Yuta, why are you crying? I promised I would remember you. Don't cry.
Takuma began to cry loudly. He wasn't alone. I don't know how long we stayed that way. In time, I heard Takuma's teacher calling his name. I wiped my face, and wiped his face too. Don't touch another child's. Don't touch a child's face. You don't know this child. Just fucking walk away. Do they all go to one place, then forget? Well, the forgetting only seems to happen within the radius of the campus, like within the perimeter. And yeah, I don't know. Because let's go through the exceptions. There's us, Fuma, Togi, Taian, Shion. That's 5. And then Blonde Girl was supposed to be like the 7th. Yeah, this campus seems to have some kind of forget ray. Like there's some kind of area. No, it's not people who sleep on campus. It's literally like once you cross that border, you will forget. What happened is Shion-chan by herself went outside the area and found someone who like was looking for directions, and she directed them towards the campus. And the second they crossed the barrier, they immediately forgot who she was, like even though they were like talking together. They remember each other, like the IMA people, like the our little group, they all remember each other each day. They're the only ones whose memory seems to stay intact. Your school had one of those every time you left the classroom? Anyway, yes, I was saying don't touch a child's face. Don't touch a child. Full stop.
Takuma-kun, where are you?
Here, ma'am. I could tell that my voice was raspy. Still, she made a beeline to us.
Oh, thank heavens. You stayed with him all the time? But that girl said Takuma-kun was alone.
Oh. Apparently, Aika-san had got lost while she searched for the party. She tripped and scraped her knees at some point, and was currently at the kindergarten getting her cuts tended to. Ah, so that's why she would have forgotten us. Don't touch other people. We learned that in kindergarten. A friend was going to pick her up, so I wouldn't be able to see her even if I headed her way now. The kindergarten teacher looked wary as she studied my swollen eyes. She said thanks repeatedly before leaving. I'm sorry, there was a missing child. You cut your knee? And so you didn't help the teacher make her way back to the missing child? That's weird.
Yuta, I won't forget you. I promise.
The little boy called out. There was not much reassurance there. But even so, I had to believe it, or my heart would break. She won't remember anyway? That's true. That place.
Okay, here we go.
Kurumi-san flung a piece of bread into the lake. It flew in an arc and landed on the water's surface. It was a small ritual we had built into our current lives. Something small had spread throughout the University of Tsukuba and affected everything around it. The same way, the bread caused a ripple to spread in the water. The koi fish gathered, fighting over the pieces. Everything had changed. Everything. The moment the application went official. It was all because of the Twins app we found in our phones.
Why didn't I notice? If I had, none of this might have happened.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I didn't notice either. Although I do suspect Kozuki-san noticed at some point. She was the only person among us that took the new feature Fuma found in the Twins app seriously. Oh, flashback time. Interesting. We're changing it up. Non-linear storytelling. If that were true, it's good news for someone like me. If that were really true. Yogi-san said, making a smug face as if to say, I'm sure you ignorant fools don't know what that is about.
Too bad. If you're talking about that, Yukon and I heard about it already.
Yeah? I agreed uncertainly. She was smiling happily, looking so sure of herself. What's this? The two of you being so cozy together? That's annoying.
Those rumors have been circulating for days already. I doubt there are any who are ignorant.
Ah, so this is about finding out about your grades before you even take, like, the exams and stuff. I'm assuming, from, like, what we heard in the cafeteria the other day. Well, it's got something to do with the app? Don't tell me I'm the only one who found out about it today.
Well, Chogi-chan-san, you sleep during the day. I guess you'd miss your chance to listen to fresh news.
Oh, Fuma, you don't know about it, do you? You've got a face that says you don't know. Please tell me you don't know.
Unfortunately for you, I do. In fact, I might be more informed about it than anybody on campus.
Huh? Why don't you pretend that you don't know, spoiled sport?
Because, Togi-chan-san, I got a bit of news I want to brag about too. I tried that system, all by myself.
What?
Fuma, wait, what are you talking about? About this.
Fuma pulled out his phone. The Twins app he had cracked the other day was displayed on the screen.
I thought something was strange. There was no reason to put such heavy security on a Twins browser. So, I did my research. I compared every little bit of it to the original Twins to see what was different. At first, I couldn't find anything, but then those rumors gave me a clue. If there was a system like what everyone was talking about, I'd put it in Twins, if I were the programmer.
What? Okay. Doesn't make sense, but moving on.
So that's how I found out. Let me show you.
We all leaned in to watch Fuma's phone closely and bumped our heads together. Ow! Why did you do that? Xion-chan, you've got a head as hard as stone.
That wasn't my head. Yeah, Xion-chan bumped into mine.
Sorry, it was me.
Guys, pay attention.
Oops. Fuma's fingers tapped on the screen. He was trying to key in attendance for a subject coming up. He chose an introduction to modern physics, which was the morning class on Monday.
You're interested in physics? That's surprising. No, it's not. How rude. I read lots of sci-fi, too. It says your grades are estimated to be a D. The app might be broken.
But I've never seen you attend morning class on Monday, Fuma.
Togi-chan-san, stop looking at me like you found a friend. Don't pat me on the shoulder.
Fuma, you belong to this side.
Yeah. Anyway, I tried selecting all the classes to test the protection feature for accuracy, and figured it was pretty accurate.
Oh, also, Togi-chan is close to failing. She can't afford to miss any classes because she never attends her morning classes. She just sleeps right on through.
We'll only know if it's truly working at the end of next semester, though. That's a long way to go. In that case, what was the point of getting the app installed on our phones? What was the person who did it trying to say?
Well, it sounds like the app might be telling the future. Or maybe the app is from the future? The Twins browser app is too well made to be a joke. It probably was going to be released to everyone on campus, but we just got access to it a little bit earlier. So, in the near future, most of the students here would be using this.
And if this grade prediction is real?
Everyone will use it to check if they can gain credit for sure.
What's so bad about that? I think it's a good thing. Convenient, no? Maybe the person that made the system is someone really nice. He gave it to us beforehand so we could try it out.
Yeah, something like a beta test for games. I don't have a very good feeling about this.
Really? That's unexpected coming from you. I think this is something you'd need the most, Togi-chan-san.
Let me just say, sometimes things aren't the best when they're too convenient. Taking the long way could be the shortcut.
You sound so zen when you say that.
It's something a blockhead wouldn't understand.
Why do I feel so defeated? I don't understand this. This is unfair. This is unacceptable. Hey, would you believe it though? If someone says, look, here's an application that can estimate how you'll be graded in the future? I get what you mean. What is this based on? How does it work? Where's the proof?
Proof? It's the end of May now, so the grades we get for each subject we've chosen will only come out much, much later, right?
Speed is of the essence. Waiting for our grades as proof takes too long. Can it be proven another way? I don't think so. Maybe this app is just to fire up a rumor.
You're just saying that because you got an estimated D.
Yeah. Even so, if this is legit, I'm sure there'd be a big promotion about it at some point.
Like?
How would I know? Xion-chan, Shi-chan, why the frown? Fuma-kun, I'm sorry to rush you, but can you unlock my app too?
Kozuki-san ignored Kurumi-san's question and threw her request at Fuma. Cringe? Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to cringe.
I want to bring this home and check it out myself.
Whoa, that was 2 months ago? We've had a 2 months time skip? Jesus Christ. That was 2 months ago. The University of Tsukuba was now on summer holiday.
Yukon, do you remember the time when we fed Koi by the library?
Of course I do.
It seems like such a long time ago. Everything looks so close, but it's all so far away.
What the hell has been happening? Kurumi-san squinted at the bench right opposite the spot we were standing. We had followed the perimeter after that. There were 2 turns on the south end. The straight line between Psyche Shrine and Yasaka Shrine cut right through the lake of Central Park we were in. We were standing within the perimeter. The library was outside of it. Now, there was a yellow caution tape stretching across the perimeter, with "Keep Out" printed all over it. If we took 1 step across it, I only knew that no one was allowed to stay once they crossed that line. There were signboards all around the caution tape that read, "4th Cluster Restricted Area," instead of "Robot Experiment District."
What? What has happened? There's signs and caution tape? And 4th Cluster Restricted Area?
And the Robot Experiment District. Well, that's obviously got something to do with, Robot Girl, Aika, and, whatever professor was doing maintenance on Robot Girl. We had been quarantined, limited to the area within the perimeter since the summer holidays started. It was in the name of science, an experiment run by the University of Tsukuba.
What?
So the University of Tsukuba found out, or people outside if people outside found out and didn't enter the area, they'd be able to remember. The Twins app promotion started, just as Fuma had guessed. It happened in the most unexpected way, though.
The prediction feature will be provided for free to all participants for a limited time till its official release.
They named the new application Laplace.
Everyone is hooked on Laplace. But of course they would be, if it told them a bit about the future. I'd try it out too, if I hadn't made a promise with you guys. That's why we made the promise we'd never use it. Laplace might not be infallible. We'd never know if its estimations are accurate or not. But it's just as accurate as the weather forecast, from what I hear so far. And they also say it's getting better and better, ever since the blockades have been up. What has happened? What is this? What is going on? Very strange.
It wasn't as if the people who stayed within the borders had a restrictive lifestyle. All students, apart from us, had received an email at the beginning of summer. It said during the summer holidays, the entire campus would be used for an experiment. People that agreed to participate were welcome to stay, but people who did not were to leave the campus till the experiment was over. In exchange for participation, the students that stayed were allowed access to Laplace. We didn't know about the experiment since we weren't included in the mailing list. It came by coincidence that we became part of the experiment too. Oh, okay. So this makes sense. Otherwise, why wouldn't we go home over the summer holidays? We don't have university to keep us here, but they have apparently quarantined the whole area, and we didn't know about it until they quarantined it. So what if we break the quarantine? Are they going to shoot us?
I wonder if this experiment has anything to do with IMA.
You think it's a computer simulation? That, I mean, I don't have anything to rule it out yet. Robot Girl would be some kind of computer program, I guess. Is it in China? They'll just weld the doors, yeah. But it seems like it's only caution tape keeping us from crossing the border at the moment. You're beginning to sound like a detective in a mystery novel.
Oh, stop teasing me. It was a serious question.
Sorry. But I think that app was a warning to us, to let us know what's going on now.
A warning?
We can't be sure yet, but I think Laplace is connected to IMA. The app might be hinting at that.
Who's trying to warn us?
I don't know that either.
We've got so much we don't know. We're amidst all of it, but we're the ones who know the least about it all. It's like everything around us is making all the decisions. It makes me feel worthless. I thought IMA had caused me a lot of hurt, but it was just the beginning. The 5 of us make Bertha's Knights. I believed if we all worked together, we'd manage to figure everything out. But now...
Okay, so that's gonna need a little bit explained. The group named themselves Bertha's Knights after some kind of flower? A forget-me-not. You know, the subtitle of the game. Apparently, Bertha was like a lady in like medieval Europe who asked a knight to get her a flower, but then when he picked the flower, the river flooded and washed him away, and the last thing he said was forget-me-not, and that's why the flowers are called forget-me-nots. I don't know, I hadn't heard that story before, and I don't know, Bertha's Knights just sounds so hilarious as a name. A breeze brushed by Kurumi-san's cheek as she stared straight ahead. The breeze was just blowing by her cheek? That's a strange thing. Kozuki-san had disappeared. She just left, leaving us alone. Oh shit. She disappeared 3 days after we promised to meet in the botanical garden. The day after Fuma had unlocked the app on her phone. Oh, so he unlocks the app. Shion-chan starts using it and then suddenly disappears. She was sharp. She knew the invitation to the botanical garden wasn't just for fun. And she had noticed something about the new feature on the Twins app right off the bat. There was a possibility that she had got herself into trouble, but I hoped that was not the case. We searched everywhere, because nobody remembered who we were. It was hard to find any information about her. Oh yeah, of course. Unless they'd seen her that day. Or possibly like within like the last, 10 minutes or something to keep it in her memory. No one's gonna be able to... You can't say like, have you seen this girl? Or like give a description or anything. They're not gonna remember her. I stared at the history on my phone, looking at the emails and phone calls I had made to her. I'd received only one reply.
I wonder what caused Shi-chan to do that.
There was a landmark that would catch anybody's eye the moment they stepped off the Tsukuba Express. An orange H2 rocket model, sized exactly like the real thing, standing near the Expo Center of Central Park. An orange H2 rocket model. Is a giant rocket? I should stress I used past tense. There was. Kozuki-san's short reply was sent half a month ago. Sorry, did the rocket take off? Why is the rocket missing?
Kiriya-kun, look at that H2 rocket.
It wasn't from her usual address. The email address was a jumble of random letters. The type that gets assigned to a new account that probably would be abandoned immediately. This is, weird. So maybe it's a message from the future? Or from an alternate timeline? I still think timelines are going to come into play with this. But I knew it was her, because she was the only person that called me Kiriya-kun. I ran towards Central Park. That's right, Togi-san calls us boy, and, KN calls us, Yukun. I ran towards the Central Park the moment I received it. There was a crowd of people, and the rocket snapped in half. Oh, broken. Oh yeah, I guess that's the rocket there. Although it doesn't look snapped in half anymore, so probably not the best picture to then put up. The top bit of the rocket was thrown in the lake. It was as if it had been twisted apart by some unimaginable force.
We'd only been together for a short time, but still, I thought I was one of her friends that understood her.
Rocket? Darm?
Now I feel like we can't overcome this at all.
Kurumi-san smiled sadly, as if she were about to cry.
Yukun, what should I do? I'm scared. I'm scared that maybe, just the way everyone forgot about me, maybe I'd forget about Shi-chan too. now that we're apart.
Kurumi-san, let's go to the botanical garden.
Huh?
Let's ask Fuma and Togi-san too, and Kozuki-san. We need to take a break. Also, I believe Kozuki-san is still within the perimeters, somewhere.
Why?
I just feel like she's watching us. You remember too, don't you? The way she watched us as she hid the first time we met?
Ha ha! That's so unfair, Yukon. You're always the one receiving her heated looks. You're always the one receiving her heated looks.
I just thought if we all go out and have some fun, maybe she'd come out and join us too.
How dare you all go out without me? Hehe, I see, it's possible.
So, let's go.
Yeah!
I sent Kozuki-san an email again. It had been a week since my last email to her. Kozuki-san, see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow at the Tsukaba Botanical Gardens. Let's have a real date. Oh boy, don't do that. That's gonna give her the wrong idea. Mind you, Yuta does seem interested in her. At least more interested than the other girls. Boo-hoo! Keian-chan, boy, Fuma. Why is it that none of you came to visit me, you cold-hearted souls? The moment Togi-san saw us, she came running and hugged me. You meanie, you meanie. We couldn't help it. Your apartment is just outside the restricted area. You're supposed to break the rules to come see me as my lover, honey buns. Since when was I your honey bun? Don't tell me you've forgotten our hot, searing kisses from that night.
What? Yukon? With Togi-chan? For real?
Hey, you two, don't believe what she says. Boy, be more affectionate. Togi-san pretended to cry into her sleeve. Then, oh, look at this badge. Looks so out of fashion. She got over it pretty quickly. She was pointing at a white plastic badge. It read, Entry approved. Number 14768. Under that, the date and time she entered the restricted area. Without this badge, people weren't allowed entrance during the experiment. Okay, so they're giving them entry numbers. That would be very helpful for remembering who she is and stuff. Coming and going. There were staff with special passes that brought food and daily necessities periodically, but regular people like Togi-san were only allowed entrance with the badge. That was only valid for 24 hours. Can you believe it? It cost me 1,000 yen! 1,000! How many cans of tomato juice do you think that's worth? Togi-san slapped her badge repeatedly. Think how much it costs to enter every week. Although, I guess it's not that expensive if it grants me access to meet you guys.
Wow, Yukon, did you catch that? Togi-chan just went sweet on us.
Of course I have to. It's not hard to. I only have two choices. Be sweet on you guys, or stay alone and hang around. It's the summer holidays. I don't want to hang around by myself. Shion-chan must feel the same. But I guess I have it way better than her. I get to see you all once a week at least. Boy, you did send an invitation to her, didn't you? You can't get how they went with Christmas music for such a prominent theme. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's that like bell noise, isn't it? That makes it seem Christmassy. Well, luckily it is that time of the year for us playing this, so it fits a little. Yes, I did all I could.
Now only God knows if she'll turn up. Let's wait.
Hey, can you show me what kind of email you sent to her? No, that's embarrassing. And he blushes. What kind of sweet nothings did you write to her? Ooh, this has to be juicy. It's the bells combined with a descending melody. It's very joy to the world. Ah, yes, yes. Now you put the name to it. Togi-san, you're pretty energetic for the afternoon, aren't you? My sarcasm must have hit a mark. Yogi-san's expression clouded. I've had pretty good nutrition lately. She been sucking some blood? She been feeding on someone. Yeah?
It's a good thing to eat properly.
Kurumi-san declared, somewhat proudly.
Togi-chan, you always look malnourished. I was secretly worried about you. Togi-chan-san, all you do is mostly sleep. If you're stuffing yourself on top of that, well, we can imagine what will happen. I gotta drink in your current figure while I can.
Fuma, you are despicable. You are the worst person in the entire fucking world. I hate you. Ooh, you think I have a good figure? I'm feeling shy.
Togi-chan-san, you are beautiful after all. Sometimes people use the expression beautiful as long as she keeps her mouth shut. But for you, I'd say you'd be perfect as long as you keep your mouth shut and don't do anything.
What the fuck, Fuma? What the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with you?
If you stayed asleep all the time,
You'd be really popular among guys with particularly kinky fetishes. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Yes. I'm reading the name of the sound command, and it definitely sounds like something I'm gonna enjoy. So yes. Give it a listen right now? Okay. Actually, no, I can't listen to it right now because Discord is breaking for me. On all counts. Actually, no. I should be able to. It's on my browser. Hang on. For some reason, Discord is updated. And...
Warning, cringe detected.
Oh, that is very good. I love it. Oh, that sounds just like, Half-Life, the HEV suit. I love that. That is great. I'll bite you. Oh, red glowy eyes.
no! Sorry, don't! I don't need to get infected with the sleepy virus.
Yes, you use that to make it? Oh, it's great. I love it. Infected. Infected with vampirism, maybe? You're behaving like a 6-year-old. You're already infected in the first place, isn't he, boy? I wonder if Kozuki-san is eating properly. Oh yeah, Yuta seems really, worried and concerned about, Kozuki-san's... I mean, it makes sense to be worried about your friend disappearing like this, but it feels almost personal with Yuta. I think he's quite interested in, Shion.
Oh, come on! No getting down in the dumps. Let's go! If Shion-san isn't here, maybe she's at the Botanical Garden already.
You've made 2 Half-Life based ones? Sent the other one too? Oh, okay. Well, I've definitely got to check it out now that I know that they're Half-Life based.
Warning, the debaucher is Warning, the debaucher is
What is it saying? It's saying...
Warning, the debaucher is
Warning, the... don't know if, I'll find a use for it. No, I certainly will. Warning the... Oh, imposter is sus. Ah, okay. Neat. Yeah, and that's the Half-Life, 1, announcer. Oh, yeah, no, I love them. Those are great. Thank you so much, Big Hattie. I'm definitely gonna, put those to use. Okay.
Let's go. If Shion-chan isn't here, maybe she's at the Botanical Gardens already.
You use the UberDuck AI to make them. I don't know what the UberDuck is, but it's very impressive if you can make things like that. That's great. Love it. It's got a lot of the Half-Life... Oh, I know that then. I think I've heard some of the other things. Does it do Team Fortress voices as well? Because I think I've heard that. Some of the Team Fortress characters. using AI-generated lines. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
You're the one that came up with the idea. Have more faith, man.
I think Shion-chan will turn up. The Shion-chan inside me tells me so. What? Nothing. Let's go. Is a Shion-chan inside her? Did she eat Shion-chan? Or is she feeding on... Was she feeding on Shion-chan at some point? Togi-san led the way, which was very unusual for her, and we all followed. Has she kidnapped Shion, and it has been feeding on her? Is that her source of nutrition?
I feel like it's been ages since we explored the area around here. We're lucky that the botanical garden is inside the restricted zone. Now that there aren't many people here, we get this place to ourselves.
And? This lady here seems like she's used up all her energy just now. It's summer. I can't. I'm going to melt. You're pretending to be a snow demoness now, are you? Why don't you kiss me and find out? If you really were, that means you'd suck my soul out of me and I'd be dead.
Even if she isn't, you'd still be dead, my friend. Don't worry, Togi-chan. The botanical gardens is pretty cool.
Okay, so we have demons. I think, oh god, I've forgotten the name. It's like a Yuki or something. I think that's what they were referring to. So it's just a common mythological creature that they were referring to that doesn't translate well into English. But that's what they're calling. They were calling her like a snow spirit. So I don't think that the demons are literally happening at the moment. Botanical Gardens is pretty cool.
Look, we're almost there. To tell you the truth, we've been walking right next to it for a while, but... There, finally, we reached the gates. Ta-da!
Kurumi-san added a few more sound effects for good measure. There was a small gap amongst the thick trees that lined Higashi Udori. Near the opening, a signboard read, Tsukuba Botanical Garden. Higashi Udori is just one of the streets. They gave us like all these street names as they were walking around, and I don't know if they expected us to remember all that shit, but I don't. But I do remember that Udori, I guess, means street.
Huh, is this part of the National Science Museum? Didn't you know, Fukun? Students at the University of Tsukuba get entrance for free. It's a place you definitely need to visit at least once.
Keian-chan, you mentioned you've been here before.
Yes, so you can leave it to me to be your guide.
We showed our student IDs to the lady at the ticket booth, and she handed us our tickets and a pamphlet.
Come on, Togi-chan, Togi-chan, let's go!
Kurumi-san looks like she's having fun already.
Oh, miss, can I ask if a girl wearing a beret went in before us?
She's not gonna remember, Keian. Kurumi-san asked as she received her ticket. The lady in the ticket booth was wearing a badge. She came to work from outside the restricted zone.
She's got round eyes and thick eyebrows.
Round eyes? Aren't most people's eyes round? I mean, they're eyeballs. They have to be round. Sorry. No, I don't think I saw her today. She took out her shift board and looked through a few notes stuck on it. And according to my coworker who uses that place, you all are the last customers we'll get today. Oh, I can tell. That place can tell that much detail as to what's happening in the future? The moment she said that, Kurumi-san's expression darkened.
Is that so? Okay, thank you very much. I guess Shi-chan didn't come after all.
Unless Shi-chan is the coworker. I don't know why that would be the case, but...
Cheer up, maybe she will turn up later. Maybe she doesn't want to see us.
Kurumi-san sat down on the bench by the entrance. Uncharacteristically, she emitted a dark aura around her. Yeah, I would say that's pretty uncharacteristic, emitting a dark aura. I say that's uncharacteristic of most people, at least in a normal world. Boomer tried to do what he could to make her feel better.
Come on, I'll get you something to drink, so cheer up.
I tried thinking of something nice to say too, but then I heard a voice by the ticket booth.
Excuse me, but did you see 4 students walk this way? One of them has these fluffy ponytails on each side of her head? Yes, she stands out a lot.
What's the matter, boy? You've got a slimy smile on your face. That's not very nice, looking happy about Kan-chan being depressed.
Togi-san, turn around quietly. Just look, okay?
What is it? You're being strange. Togi-san grumbled, but did as I said. Wow, Shion! Where have you been for not 2 months, it's been like half a month since we last spoke to you. The last reply we'd gotten from you, which was weird, because it was about the rocket.
Really? Please, can I have an entrance ticket? I'd like to go in.
Okay, can I have your student ID? Togi-san broke out in a smile too. She elbowed me knowingly. We signaled each other and hid. Then, at the right moment, we jumped out and caught Kozuki-san as she happily made her way in. Kozuki-san tried fighting us off, but we flanked her and clapped a hand over her mouth. Once she noted it was us, she relaxed.
Shion-chan, shush.
Togi-san lifted a finger to her lips and then pushed forward toward Kurumi-san and winked. Kozuki-san walked towards Kurumi-san quietly. She lifted her hand and stretched it towards Kurumi-san's rounded shoulders. Then she tapped her twice, gently.
Hey, it's been a while.
Kurumi-san looked up. She looked surprised for a moment and then smiled. Then, for a split second, she looked angry. And in the end, she burst into tears. Yeah, that would be a hell of a fucking experience. So then just have your friend disappear on you for at least half a month, more than. Well, you gotta get started with the day. Laundry, shopping, fixing the internet. Oh, is that still going on, Hattie? You still don't know what's causing all that disruption with your home Wi-Fi? That fucking sucks. But yeah, you go do what you need to do. It's great seeing you always. I'm glad you stopped by and enjoyed some early cringe to start your day. Nope, just broken. Oh, that fucking sucks. Yep. Catch you later, Hattie. We'll see you around, and thanks for stopping by and enjoying some of this cringe with us. And in the end, she burst into tears.
Wow, Shi-chan, Shi-chan. Where were you all this time? We were so worried. I'm sorry. I really am. Please stop crying.
Yeah. Kurumi-san hugged Kozuki-san's waist and cried. Kozuki-san smiled awkwardly. Damn, I just used the same tactic a while ago. I guess I can't do it twice, or it will get all tacky, right? So she disappeared and they still remember her. Weird. Well, yeah, within the group, they all seem to remember each other. I guess, like the IMA group are the only ones who maintain their memory overnight. It's just everyone else around them forgets. It's like Groundhog Day, but with memories instead of the day repeating. It's alright, Togi-san. Being calculating that like that is tacky enough already. Well, I'll just get right to it then. Shion-chan!
Me too!
No, not you.
Why not?
Because I'm holding myself back too.
Shi-chan, you idiot. I'm gonna blow my nose on your clothes to get back at you for all the worry you caused.
No, please don't do that. Togi-san, that's definitely your influence. I'm so proud of my little protege. Togi-san said smugly as she rubbed her cheek on Kozuki-san.
Look, I won't run away. Can you let me go?
Kurumi-san returned to her bench like an obedient puppy. No, I'll rephrase. Like a police dog willing to chase after her to the ends of the earth should she try to escape. Ah, another comparison to a dog. with the fluffy ears. I don't know. Seems kind of wolfy to me.
Haha. Oh dear. I didn't think I'd meet you all here.
Why would you not think that? What has been going on with you, Xion-chan? Where have you been?
What are you all doing here, though?
You didn't know that we sent you an email. How did you end up here? Just a coincidence? Huh? You mean Kozuki-san? You didn't read my email?
Email? Oh, Kiria-kun. Sorry. My phone's probably at the bottom of Matsumi Lake now.
You threw your phone in the lake? Where? Since when?
Since the middle of March, I guess.
That's so long ago. How many times do you think I called you?
Sorry.
Kozuki-san pressed her palms together as if to say, forgive me? Well, at least we know you're all right now.
You didn't know that we were supposed to meet here today? But we still all got together. It's like we're destined. I don't believe in destiny, because it's not something I can see. It was simply inevitable.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but if you come here often to check if we're here or not, of course it's inevitable that we'd meet someday. Oh, so she threw her phone in the lake, but she also knew that we had a meeting at whatchamacallit, at the Botanical Gardens coming up. So she's just been coming here every day to see if we show up?
How did you know?
That's, was she looking at the phone? Well, she threw her phone in the lake, right? I guess at some point after, like, Fuma unlocked the phone, she looked at it and then threw it in the lake, and then her only way of trying to find us was, I mean, I guess it's a large area. Well, it's obviously something to do with this Laplace thing, this ability to predict the future. I'm assuming that's why she threw her phone in the lake, right? It's because she didn't like either what it predicted or, like, she thinks that it might be some way of disrupting the system is by getting rid of the app. By destroying her phone. Is my best guess. I mean, that's just my theory at the moment. I don't know for sure.
How did you know?
Because just now, when Kurumi-san asked about you at the ticket booth, the lady said she didn't see you today. Huh? Because just now, when Kurumi-san asked about you at the ticket booth, the lady said she didn't see you today. Yeah? But that wouldn't imply that she's been coming here all the time, because the lady wouldn't remember, because everyone forgets about us. Every day, at least. So that's a weird assumption to make, Yuta. That means she's seen you on other days, right? Now I'm very fucking confused. The lady is within the quarantine area. Oh, wait. No, the lady was wearing a badge, right? She came in to work from outside. I'm confused. Is the Botanical Gardens within the boundaries or outside? It might actually... The road itself might be the actual boundary, so the Botanical Gardens might be outside of the boundaries of the IMA, but it's also been looped into being within the quarantine area. So it's the one place we can go where we can meet people and they'll remember us, at least until they cross the boundary again. That's confusing. Because she's wearing the badge, which means she came... Okay, hang on. Let me just move on. Maybe the game will explain it better than I can puzzle it out. That means she's seen you on other days, right? Kozuki-san, you didn't bribe her not to tell us, did you?
Kiria-kun, you shouldn't say that out loud, even if you noticed.
Okay, sorry. What are these little sharks? From Quirky Creates. Oh, that's cute. Little rainbow sharks.
You don't look sorry at all.
It took me a lot of courage to send you that email, you know. And you ignored me all along. I think I deserve to get back at you, don't I?
I suppose you do. Alright, you have a point.
Can you tell us what you've been up to all this time?
Yes, I should. But first, let's go in. It wouldn't be a very good date if we're just going to stand around here.
She got us moving and didn't make a big deal out of it. But I wondered if she really didn't read my email. Yeah, why is she calling it a date? That seems like a weird thing to say. You'd only know that if we considered it a date, if you read our email. And we got the achievement, Welcome Back, Shion. Oh, I missed what the chapter title was called. The name Botanical Garden has a stiff scientific ring to it, but as a matter of fact, it was a large and pleasant park. Well, yeah, what botanical gardens have you gone to? They're not, typically like science labs. They're usually kind of pretty places. On the main path, all we could see were the tall trees that lined up like a wall, but they served a sort of border that cut the park away from town.
I think the plants that grow in Tsukuba are quite special.
I get you. When I got to this town, the trees looked so tall, and they lined the roads endlessly. I feel like I'd come to a foreign country.
There are a lot of foreigners here, too. The trees that line the streets are what give uniformity to Tsukuba, aren't they? Although, there are exceptions. Yeah, like the trees growing on campus, or in the areas away from the main roads. They sprout out everywhere. It's like walking in a jungle.
Now that you mention it, you said something similar the first time we met. That we probably wouldn't notice a dead body even if it was just lying on the ground.
The botanical garden is special in a way, that it has all sorts of plants growing everywhere, but still looks organized. If I'm going to talk like Shi-chan, I guess I'd say that it's not uniform, but it's organized. That's why I feel like this place is so relaxing. It's not untamed like a wild forest, but you still get to enjoy the sunlight and the smell of trees and grass. And you don't get many weirdos around here, too.
True, it's a nice place to chill. Toki-san sat under a parasol set up in a courtyard and lay down on the grass, paying no heed to her clothes getting dirty. Hey, everyone, mind if I stay here and roll around in the grass a bit?
Maybe we do get weirdos here. It's okay, Kurumi-san. Everything has exceptions. Ooh, I meant to ask, Shi-chan, isn't that itchy?
Is what itchy? We talking about this situation down here?
Huh? What is? There, at the back of the neck, you've got 2 bite marks.
What?
What? 2 bite marks?
What is going on? Kozuki-san clapped a hand on the back of her neck.
Oh, this? It's an old scar when I got bit way back. It just won't fade.
Are you like a thrall, maybe?
Are you Togi's thrall? What is going on? We get a lot of mosquitoes in summer. All animals do get a bit frisky in summer.
Why does that make me think that, you're talking about, the
Wild instincts.
Oh my god. What is this line?
That's when I'm in season 2.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How about it, Yukun? Want to take a bite out of me?
What the fuck, Kan? Where the fuck is this coming from? What the fuck?
Hey, Anchan, are you saying that knowing what it means? Huh? Yuta, come here. This is an emergency. What should we do about that?
No, I understood exactly what she meant by being in season. I was just like, why would you say that out loud? That's just how she is. It comes naturally.
No way! She has to be doing it on purpose. I know it. Hey, didn't you guys go out the other day? Is it because it's summer? You're in for a summer fling, and you're willing to get things hot? Is that it?
No, 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 no. I never.
We can hear you.
Ow. We were smacked on the back of our heads.
The cicadas are pretty loud too.
Yeah, now that we're surrounded by trees, it feels like 5.1 surround stereo. Ah, of course, that's such a natural thing to say. Ah, it feels like 5.1 surround stereo. Not, it feels like surround sound. Of course, they are everywhere on campus too, but in a quiet place like this, where there aren't any cars or people, their cries seem to be augmented. Cicadas, yes, they are fucking insane how loud they are. I can't imagine what kind of damage it might do to people's ears just being exposed to cicadas every now and then. You know, every couple of years or whatever it is that they do in your particular area of the woods. You guys get cicadas every year? Ah, that sucks. But yeah, I've only heard them once, yearly during the monsoon. Okay. I've only heard cicadas once over east, there, and it's just like, yeah, just this constant loud noise, and I don't know how people don't walk around with like earmuffs on or something to protect your ears. It's just so loud and so constant. You know, you wouldn't put up with it if it was anything else.
It also means there are a lot of cicadas in the treetop.
Yeah.
A year's worth of them. It's pretty incredible, right?
Huh? What do you mean?
For example, the larva of a horned beetle takes a year to climb out of the soil, right? I kinda remember keeping them when I was small. I made a promise with my friend we'd make them fight when they grew up.
Here it can easily get as loud as a jet engine, easily 120 decibels. Jesus Christ. Sorry, excuse me. That's... Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, how can you live with that? That's just like... You'd need earplugs and earmuffs at all times.
And so, I'd feed my beetle really well, in hope it would become the strongest of them all. I mixed my dad's energy drinks into its food, and tied a little weight so it could train. Then, the big day finally came. My horned beetle was so tired out. When I think back on it, I feel bad I made that little guy go through all that training.
You stay inside during the summer? Hot as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Literally, if you're talking like 50 degrees Celsius, that's not just hot. That's, you are going to die if you stay outside more than a few minutes at a time. Uh, 40 to 51 degrees Celsius, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it gets up to like low 40s maybe here. And you know, those are dangerous days. It can stay over 100 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Oh god, that's crazy. You're not sure what that is? 100 degrees Fahrenheit. No idea, and I can't do that math off the top of my head. When I think back on it, I feel bad I made that little guy go through all that training.
Getting back to the cicadas. Hey, you're just going to ignore my story? They live years in the ground, don't they?
38 degrees Celsius. Fucking hell. Mind you, it can get, well, maybe not quite that high, but it can certainly stay at like 30 degrees overnight on the really bad days. Here during the summer. You know, depending on the weather. Cloud cover helps keep that heat in.
I think 7 years, right?
I think it's different types of cicadas have different cycles. Some of them are 7 years, some of them are 9 years. It's really interesting. I have no idea how cicada... There's a lot of theories as to how cicadas can tell the time, especially the different amount of years and stuff. Yeah, 7, 13, 15 years. Yeah, it's really interesting, that whole cycle idea. How that works. I envy them. They get to sleep in a comfy bed of soil for 7 years. What's comfy about sleeping in soil? Is that like another vampire thing? Like, doesn't yours comes with the humidity uptick? Ah, okay. But is that like, doesn't Dracula have to bring around like soil from like his homeland or something? I remember that from like a movie at least. The Gary Oldman one, the Francis Ford Coppola. They're the precursor to the monsoon, and the Palo Verde beetles come first. Wow, that's so interesting. Then the cicadas. Yeah, we don't really have like interesting insects like that, you know. Obviously, we get the flies in the summer. Actually, no, we get these weird little holes in the ground around here that I have no idea what's causing them, but I think that it's caused by some kind of pupae, some kind of bug hatching and climbing out of these holes. And that happens every now and then. Could be antlions. But there's just so many of these holes, it's crazy. I can't imagine it must be some kind of mass hatching. Then the storms, yeah, wow.
They aren't just sleeping. And there are species differences between 2 to 5 years.
You can get a ton of antlions in an area? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Antlions are crazy cool. Yeah, I'll definitely look more into them. I mean, I seem to remember them from Ant Simulator as a kid, playing that on like the old Mac computers. Don't know if you've ever played Ant Simulator. But I think in that, they were portrayed as kind of like big moors in the ground, just kind of like Sarlaccs. They would eat ants that got near. Which I think is where they get their name, right? Antlions, because they prey on ants. They make a hole, and the ant disturbs the sand, and they burst out. Ah, okay. Or fling dirt. Okay. And the ant falls in. Yeah, that was kind of how they were in Ant Simulator. Was like, they were just kind of like a Sarlacc pit that just, like, was this mouth at the bottom of like a hole that just kind of eats anything. They aren't just sleeping, and there are species differences between 2 to 5 years.
Really? It's like having those that get to graduate on the first go, and those that need to repeat their year again and again. Like Togi-chan-san. Like Togi-chan-san.
Why did you have to repeat that twice?
If cicadas stay 2 to 5 years underground, then this is all we get this year.
Hirumi-san pointed a finger upwards at the sound.
Imagine how many cicadas are laying dormant underground.
Okay, she's getting weird again. What was I calling it? I was calling it like Ant Sim. You don't remember if they were in SimAnt? But yeah, SimAnt is definitely what I was mentioning. I'm pretty sure that they were, because I think that's where I first learned the name Antlion. But I think I've seen antlions in real life as a kid, and they didn't really look much like how they appear in SimAnt, so I think they took some creative liberties with it. Imagine how many cicadas are lying dormant underground.
Maybe we'll get tons of them if we dig a hole.
Stop it!
Put that spade, put back that spade right away.
SimAnt is old as fuck game, like SimCity era. That's definitely what I was talking about. Like that's what I remember from my kid playing on the old Macintosh computers at school. Was SimAnt. Like, yeah, it's definitely old. In fact, I think that was the other game on the computers. Was like SimCity 2000, I think it was. That's how old those games were. Yeah, I loved it. I loved both those games, but SimAnt was like way cooler. Oregon Trail is obviously a classic of American computer gaming, but we never got that over here because obviously, why would we learn about the Oregon Trail? Put that spade back right away. Unfortunate, yes. But I do know enough about it. You know, it has permeated pop culture enough that I have a general idea of Oregon Trail.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is, Maybe there's a completely different world from ours, just a thin layer of soil away. Kurumi-san, if you wanted to show us all something... Kurumi-san, you wanted to show us all something, didn't you?
You have died of dysentery. Yes. Yes. What a great thing to put in a game for children. Just dying of dysentery, and then you have to explain to the children what dysentery is. And how you die from it.
What kind of completely different world do you mean to introduce us to? This is my place, so I'm gonna let you guys in on my secret when our tour ends. Any problem with that?
We all kept silent in agreement. Kurumi-san nodded, satisfied.
Okay, let's take a circle clockwise, starting south. While we do that, let's have Shi-chan tell us everything she's been up to. Hee. Go easy on me, please. Although I have to say, there really isn't much for me to talk about.
Kozuki-san began to talk about the past 2 months she had been away.
So you stayed with a friend outside the borders and investigated IMA with her? Yes. Sorry I got you guys worried. But
Kozuki-san, that friend of yours isn't an exception from IMA, is she? How did you get your friends to stay at her place and get her to help?
it's not a big deal. I just kept reminding her who I was and why I was there each time she was about to forget. Hang on, let me scroll back a bit. You stayed with a friend outside the borders and investigated IMA with her.
Yeah? So wait, why would she keep forgetting? I'm really confused as to the rules about this situation.
If she's outside the border, she should remember, right?
Because the people in our hometown remember us. Like our family remember us. Well, I say our family. Our sister's forgotten because she's within the border. But our mother remembers us. I'm confused. Let's just keep moving forward.
Every day, every single day. It took a lot of effort, but it was a sure method.
She comes in so she forgets. Oh, well, she investigates. So she comes in. No, wait, that doesn't... I'm confused. Let's just keep moving. I'm sure either the game will explain itself or it won't.
Every day, every single day. It took a lot of effort, but it was a sure method. Every day she would be convinced, and every day she would have to believe in her decision she had made the day before to let me stay.
Or it's a plot hole. Quotation marks around plot.
Then, halfway, we thought of a new method. She'd write something about me in her secret diary that only she would know about. Even if she forgot about me, her records would still be there.
It took you halfway to think of, like, maybe making her write something down? In her own handwriting? That would be, like, the first thing I would do, like, to help convince people the next day. You know, it's like that scene in, like, Groundhog Day where Bill Murray is, like, convinced that he's a god and, like, has to do all, like, these seemingly, like, mind-reading tricks to convince her that, like, he is repeating the same day over and over. But, like, you don't have to do that this time around because you can have that person also help make records to convince you. You know, you can show them in their own handwriting or and stuff like that.
After that, everything went pretty smoothly. Weren't we good enough to be your partner in research?
Why not take a video on your phone? Oh, that's a very good point. Like I said, physical records still exist. Recordings should still exist.
That doesn't make sense. Aren't we good enough to be your partner in research? Sorry, I wanted more information on a sample that was affected by IMA.
Texts, emails, etc.
And she wanted information on a sample that was an exception. Our arrangement worked both ways.
Kurumi-san looked unconvinced with Kozuki-san's reasoning, but simply bit her lip and kept quiet. Why did you throw away your phone?
To stop being observed.
What?
I think the people that installed those apps on our phone, without our knowing, are our enemies. They aren't on our side. So, to make sure of that, I had to cut them out.
Why wouldn't you tell us before you do that? Not tell us before you do that. Why wouldn't you tell us to also get rid of our phones if you think that they're spying on us? But that does explain why she cut us out. So the people who keep spying on us, which she wouldn't be around, so they wouldn't know what she was doing. Although, why did we end up agreeing not to use Laplace? Like, we did that, but why? Just keep swimming?
That's also the reason why I went solo and stayed away from all of you. I didn't know what they'd do once they realized I was off their radar. If they were going to get mad, and I was going to be in danger, I didn't want anybody else to get affected. You mean we're safe now? For the moment, I tried provoking them a bit, but they didn't do anything. So I say, we're alright.
I mean, if you tried to provoke them and they didn't do anything, maybe you're wrong in your assumptions.
Fuma-kun, don't you notice anything about me? You've lost weight? I'm flattered, but no, try again.
Fuma thought a while and studied Kozuki-san from tip to toe. Then he made an exclamation.
You aren't wearing a badge, but you said you came from outside.
Oh, okay, interesting.
How did you do that? If you cross the border without one, security would come chasing after you. I promised my friend I'd keep that a secret. She'll get mad at me if I told you without proper price.
Price? Interesting.
Now that I've explained myself, I hope you understand why I disappeared and how I came back after all this time. I understand, but I'm still not convinced. Come on, Togi-chan, say something.
Me? Oh, alright. I'm happy enough now that Shion-chan came back fine. I don't really need to hear what she doesn't want to talk about.
Thanks.
I'll just say I'm infinitely interested in this friend of yours.
She's really different, and we have our similarities. She insists on knowing everything about the world by herself. Greedy, right?
That did sound a bit like Kozuki-san, who always declared she would only believe in what she saw with her own eyes.
I think she'll get along with you too, Kiriya-kun. I'll introduce you two sometime. My friend, Mizuki-chan. That's all I have to say for now.
Mizuki-chan. Okay. File that away. Remember it.
I'll fill you all in on anything new I learn from now on. So, forgive me, please. Since you asked so nicely.
Ooh, Fuma, you good boy. I somehow had a feeling there was an important question I had to ask. Then I remembered that little boy, Takuma-kun. He was probably outside the perimeter now. I hadn't met him since, but I wondered if he still remembered me.
Togi-chan, Togi-chan.
What's wrong? You sound glum.
Togi-chan, you aren't hiding anything from us, are you?
Every woman has a secret or two, you know.
I believe you.
I believe you too. Don't we make a pair? Togi-chan said and winked. Now that Shion-chan is back, why don't we all enjoy the scenery?
I suppose we should. Let's go. But wait.
What now?
Sorry, I need to go to the toilet. Can you all go ahead without me? Hey, but you're our guide.
Togi-san's a free soul, but Kurumi-san isn't any worse.
Shion-chan is also pretty independent. I guess that's just how our party is.
Labyrinth of Flowers and Knowledge. Nobody would ever imagine there was such an open space behind the forest of trees. The tip of the greenhouse could be seen from the main street, but when we walked in, we realized it was bigger than it looked. It was like walking into a crystal pyramid. Tropical plants grew in the greenhouse. The place felt completely detached from the world we lived in. A different place. A world in between a world. A different world. The term popped up in my head once I stepped into the glass house, filled with plants, each representing a collection of knowledge. A portal? Each plant that grew inside, every tiny leaf was information about a faraway place and time. I wondered what we would learn from this place today. Every tiny branch was a symbol of a choice we could make, and a trigger that could lead to a result we could never fathom. This place brought such thoughts to the mind. That's a lot of thoughts for just walking into a greenhouse. But a portal. Now that you say that, maybe that could explain how Shion could get in and out through the boundary without having to, get a badge and stuff. That would make sense. Some kind of teleportation, or maybe some kind of hidden tunnel. There's definitely something weird going on at the university, and there's a robotics division, and they said something about fourth cluster at some point replacing the robotics division. The time we spent apart gave us a chance to rethink the situation we were in. The answer to this was almost taking shape.
Kiriya-kun, what's wrong?
Nothing. If I told Kozuki-san what had been going on in my mind, I was sure she was going to laugh at me. So I started on a completely different topic. Kurumi-san's kinda late.
Maybe she couldn't figure out which greenhouse we went into. Fuma-kun, do you mind going to pick her up?
I'll go too. No, boy. You were going to take my arm and go on a stroll with me. Togi-san grabbed hold of my arm. I need more of you to replenish what I lost this week. Oh yeah, maybe she's just like a energy vampire. As well. As like a regular vampire?
Just a week? I had to wait 2 months.
Oh. It seems like all the girls are falling for us. I mean, I thought that Togi-chan was just like a flirt, right? But Shion, you've really been missing us that much for 2 weeks? And Tan, she's a sweetheart, but I feel like she would fall for anyone who was just kind of nice to her and wasn't like a complete sleazebag. Definitely male fantasy, yes. Yes, we're... actually, we have a sound command for that.
I would like my harem of babes to grow. Thank you.
They all want him. Yes, exactly. What?
I mean, that's not what I meant. No, I meant Mayuzumi-san. You haven't seen me in 2 months. Don't you need to stick with me?
Shion-chan, you're falling apart.
Yo, whoa.
There's the Uwu command.
I'm not going. I'll stay here.
No, you can't. Leave. That was the wrong voice.
Leave. Yuta.
Go with Fuma? Fuck no. I've got 2 girls fighting over me. I'm gonna stay with them. I'm sorry, but why the fuck would I wander off with Fuma? So let's stay with Turkey-san and Kozuki-san. I want to see where this is going. Fuma, sorry, man.
Blast it. Fine. I'll get Kan-chan myself. I hope you get punished for this.
Fuma ran away as he cried into his sleeve. Look there, boy. Beautiful flowers. Personally, I think they look poisonous. All the tropical flowers look so dynamic. So even Fuma once... I don't think that's why Fuma was crying. I don't think he was crying because he didn't get to spend time with us. I think he was crying because the girls were fighting over him. Or that the girls weren't willing to fight him and they wanted to send him away. Can you be more romantic? Oh no, wait. Can you be more romantic? I just can't be. Not with you, Togi-san. You said it. I'm gonna make you regret that someday.
How strange. Flowers show their colors so truly, but people can't do the same. It's so unfair.
Damn, savage. Well, Shion-chan, that's how God made us.
You always reason things so unscientifically.
But I'm serious. Really serious. Hey, have you two heard about intelligent design? Oh my god. Last time we did have a conversation about how Noah from the Bible was an albino. That conversation happened, by the way. I don't know what why we had that conversation, why they would put that in this game. That was something that happened. Noah, the guy who builds the boat, Noah from Noah's Ark, in the Bible, was an albino, was a theory we were talking about in this game. So just let that sink in. So that's just some context as to where this might be headed. Intelligent design. Okay. Hit me with this creationist bullshit. I've learned about interactive design. What kind of weird pseudoscience are you going to try and attach to this idea? No, not that. It's a hypothesis that something of a higher intelligence made basic structures of life form, like our DNA, and planted us on Earth. Oh, are we going aliens?
I'd imagine gene theorists would have overthrown those ideas by now.
There are scientists who believe in religion. I'm not adverse to the idea. You think Q could have done it? Yeah, it sounds like we're talking about, like, aliens, maybe the idea of panspermia. I'm not adverse to the idea. Or ancient astronauts. Why? When we opened up a human's body in class, the only thing I saw was all sorts of organs, vessels, flesh. You opened up a human's... Oh, right, you're training to become a med student. I wonder what kind of university class was dissecting humans, but of course, I suppose you would dissect humans at some point in... Actually, I don't know if that would happen in med school. For sure. I guess it probably would. There wasn't a soul to be found. That's sad, isn't it? I mean, I don't think anyone really has thought of the soul as being a physical thing anymore. So, I decided to believe something like a god must have hidden our souls away, someplace in our body. What? You didn't see a soul, so you figured that God must exist to hide our souls. Or maybe that souls just don't exist? I would be the more logical kind of thought there. It seems like you're putting a hat on top of a hat, Tuggy. It's not like I have proof, but they do say souls have weight, after all. Okay, where's this going?
Wait?
An American named Duncan McDougal did an experiment. Duncan McDougal? That does not sound like a real name. I'm sorry, but like, Duncan McDougal sounds like the most, made-up name ever I've ever heard. Hello, I'm Duncan McDougal. Yes, that is my real name. He found that a body upon death was 21 grams lighter than it was alive. Okay, that sounds very real and scientific. They say it's because the soul had left the body, you know.
That isn't proof. A human's weight is never the same all the time. Factors like breathing and even sweating could change body weight.
It's easy to dismiss the idea, Shion-chan. Yeah, I'm sure Duncan McDougal did do this experiment and stuff, but like Shion-chan just pointed out, 21 grams is such a minor difference. That, like, you know, things like respiration and blood pressure ceasing would do all sorts of different things. You'd immediately begin, usually voiding the bladder and bowels, and you'd also begin building up gas within in things like the intestine and stuff. Is the theory. It's easy to dismiss the idea, Shion-chan. It's just that I don't find it strange, even if something like a soul or a god exists in this world. Even if we can't observe it. I mean, yeah, sure, there's, you know, agnosticism. It is impossible to disprove the existence of a god, just as it is impossible to prove it. Or at least, you know, if it's some kind of non-interventionist god. How about you, Shion-chan? Don't you think it's more fun to believe in possibility instead of denying everything all the time?
Why do butterflies and bees find flowers?
Kozuki-san muttered after a stretch of silence.
They say it's because insects have a sensitive receptor for light, and they are able to sense a wider range of infrared and ultraviolet rays. Maybe to insects, flowers are much more beautiful than what we see with our eyes.
Knows everything, chooses to let his children suffer? Yeah. Yeah, the idea of a omnipotent, all-loving God, I feel like it's pretty easy to disprove, just by some of the things that exist in this world. You know, there are other possibilities for gods or God. Maybe to insects, flowers are much more beautiful than what we see with our eyes.
If there is a world made from a completely different spectrum of light, even if it is right next to us, we can't see or acknowledge it.
What are you talking about? We can't see or acknowledge it. We have like infrared cameras and stuff. Like we can translate it to something we can see, and we can acknowledge it. We know about it.
I suppose that could be a possibility.
Yup, romantic, right? I don't know if I call any of this romantic. This certainly isn't first date kind of stuff.
Looks like you're having fun. What are you talking about?
Ooh, and we just got achievement Souls. Whoa, Kurumi-san. Since when were you here? Where's Fuma?
Ukun? I didn't see him on the way. You must have missed each other.
I suppose it's our turn to go pick him up. That's uncharacteristic of you, Togi-san, to suggest that. Okay, then I won't go. I'll stay with you, boy. Togi-san latched onto my arm again. I had a feeling Togi-san was staying closer to me than usual.
Why don't you go? He just gave you a compliment.
I'll do whatever you ask me to, boy. Do we go search for Fuma by ourselves? Or do we send Togi-san to go? Send Togi-san to go. We can spend time with Shion and Pan. I think we'll do that. Send Togi? That's what you're saying? Yeah, I think so too. I really don't feel like going to find Fuma. The less time we spend with Fuma, the better. Especially after some of the shit he said today. Let's leave Fuma to Togi-san. You think I'm dependable? Fuck Fuma. Yeah. Leave it to me. You guys walk ahead. Slowly.
She said slowly, but Shi-chan, you're walking really fast. Am I? I don't think so.
Kozuki-san, are you angry?
Am I? I don't think so.
Kurumi-san explained we had entered the scrub section. They had all sorts of shrubs and scrubs like azaleas and duetzias. Ah man, you hate the scrub section. That's why I always say no scrubs. I'm not proud of that joke. But we'll move on.
I hope Togi-chan can catch up with us. I feel like we're a pack of migrating gnus.
Gnus? You to pronounce the G in gnus?
I feel like we're a pack of migrating gnus.
Gnus? Gnus.
It's always gnus, but never gnai.
Gnus? Silent G? Okay.
Yeah, it's a type of antelope. Gnus graze at one place for a while, and then they migrate to a different plane. Even if there is still enough grazing, they move on. Is it their way to save their grazing spot to prevent it from drying out? That's the biggest reason. But they say there's another reason too. What do you think it is?
They aren't sightseeing, are they?
For exercise? Nope, both of you are wrong. Apparently they do it and walk a hard route so they can shake off the weaker individuals in the herd.
Oh, is that why you mentioned Togi-san?
In that sense, perhaps we could say we are individuals that have been put to the test and won. Why? We had to go through the entrance exams to get into university, right? We wanted to go to college. We needed enough brains to pass. And we also needed enough money to get in. Only some people are fortunate enough to fit into this category, and as a result, we all have similar backgrounds. By choosing to pursue higher education, we were migrating. We're all different people that make different choices, but as a whole, we all have similar ways of thinking. Chi-chan, you mentioned Hempel's Crow before.
Oh, this was part of the albino conversation. I don't remember how it connected, but Hempel's Crow is the idea that even if you studied everything in the world except crows, you would figure out that all crows are black because everything else in the world wasn't black? I don't know, it was a paradox, I think. But then also, Xian-chan, Kan, Wolf Girl here, pointed out that there are white crows in the world, such as albinos. I don't know, it was a weird philosophical conversation that was also filled with pseudoscience that led to us talking about how Noah from the Bible was an albino. So, you know. Also, like, it was referencing the Book of Enoch, which isn't even a canonical book. At least not in most versions of Christianity, so.
During that time, you said that our existence could be determined by the perception of the majority, right? Only students from the University of Tsukuba remain within the restricted area now.
Yeah, but that's not how reality works. Reality is not decided by the majority of people. It's about, like, the shared fundamentals of experience, really.
And there are also people that decided to use Laplace. We are putting through 2 sieves. And me and Yukon, we haven't been outside of the border one bit. If we are so similar, it makes me believe that maybe it's possible that everybody would agree on a single decision. You and I are different. No matter how close we become, we're essentially different. Huh? Don't look so sad. It's not a bad thing that we have our differences, you know? Because we're different, I can prove that you're there and that you exist. I was able to believe you'd all remember me, even when I was absent. That's what kept me going when I was alone. Being different can be nice, can't it? Shi-chan.
Mission complete! And we've got the achievement pretty different. Yogi-san! What are you doing? Yogi-san had yelled victoriously. She had come back, riding on Fuma's back. Oh, we don't get a picture of that? That would have been good to see.
Here. This is your stop. Now get off.
Ooey. Togi-san was reluctant, but Fuma forced her to stand on her feet.
To bite a bit, I suppose. She wilted halfway, coming to find me, so I brought her back. Fuma-kun, I've got something to discuss with you. Huh? Me? Yes. Can I have a moment with you? Everybody, do you mind going on ahead without us? Okay, we'll walk slow. I wonder what those two are going to secretly talk about. I'm really curious.
Kurumi-san stopped her feet as we came upon a lake. Are we going to eavesdrop?
When you put it that way, I feel guilty.
What do you think, boy? We shouldn't spy on them, or we should spy on them? I mean, we gotta spy on them, right? I mean, that's the fun thing to do. That's definitely the anime thing to do. And I think we've learned that doing the normal human thing is not the right decisions in this game so far. We seem to get punished for doing that. So if we do the more anime thing, it's, you know, we all hide behind a pole and lean out sideways, I think is the most anime thing to do. So let's go spy on them. Let's go spy on them. Just, you know, we'll just look. Ooh, you bad boy. Uma and Kozuki-san were in a dark area surrounded by coniferous trees. It was the perfect place to speak in private. It's so weird to see like their full bodies like this. They look so small and weird. Their proportions look weird now, too. Like Fuma looks a lot younger than I think he's supposed to be. Looks like a kid. We were careful to keep out of their sight. Hiding far away, we pricked our ears.
I figured it was something like that. So you want me to help you out, huh?
Their heads are too big, yeah. There's something wrong with like the length of the body. Like somehow it looked okay from like the waist up. Well, at least from like this part up. And the big eyes. There's something peculiar now that I see them at full height.
So you want me to help you out, huh? I know it's unfair, but I don't want to lose.
What?
I know you're serious, but I don't know if you'll be able to reciprocate.
It's too big, and big eyes make them look like kids. Yeah. But like even for anime, this looks weird. Like this looks wrong. Like it doesn't seem, you know, anime. Obviously, it's practically impossible to tell any character's age in anime, but. It sounds like, just from what we've gathered so far in these few snippets, it sounds like Shion-chan is asking for Fuma's help in maybe earning our hearts. She doesn't want to lose. Although that's a pretty shitty way to approach a relationship, just not wanting to lose to the other girls. But I'm sure this is going to be some kind of hilarious misunderstanding.
Yes, that's the problem. What do you think I should do, Fuma-kun? Well, as his friend, all I can say is...
Stop! Togi-san suddenly jumped in front of us and shielded our view. We're going back.
But why, Togi-chan? We haven't heard all of it.
Oh, what the fuck is this expression? Why does she look mesmerized? That's exactly why. Shion-chan is now doing something very detrimental to us. I know what she's going on about.
Then shouldn't we stop her? Fukan is alright to listen to whatever she's going to say. Is Fukan alright to listen to whatever she's going to say?
He'll be fine. It's not about him. He's a guy. Unless Boy here has a taste for that.
Huh?
I'm confused as to what Togi-chan is saying, but okay, moving forward. What?
Yukun's a guy too. Boys can't love boys. That's forbidden love.
Boy has a lot to do with what's going on here.
What is this? I don't know what you're going on about.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hirumi-san pouted at Togi-san's vague answers. Why does she not seem to understand that being gay exists? Like, she can't possibly be that, like, naive and shielded from the world. Why is she confused by the possibility that Yuta might actually like boys? I mean, she knows that we're not... She like creationism? I don't know. The writer sounds religious. I don't think that they are. I think that they're just, I don't know. Japan has a weird relationship with Christianity. They find it more of a novelty than anything. So a lot of this kind of, and Western stuff is so drenched in the Abrahamic religions that I think they find it like kind of a novelty or a quirk of our storytelling. Hirumi-san pouted at Togi-san's vague answers.
Do you know what it's about, Yukun?
No, not at all. Just as I suspected. Good, good, good. If you knew, but you still behaved innocently, I'll eat you up, boy. Bowie eyes. Yogi-san smiled, showing her sharp teeth. A shiver ran down my spine. Although I have to say, you being so innocent can be rather tempting, too. Oh, and now she's blushing. Great.
Then that means
Yep, I want to eat him up anyway. It's either like a terrifying thing for a vampire to say, or she's just being really flirty. Either way, cut it out.
if you're hungry, I'll give you some of my sweets.
Ooh, Gan-chan, you're cute when you're jealous too. Don't worry, I'll eat you up too. I love you so. Hey, looks like they're done talking.
They're coming this way! Hurry, run back!
Hurry, run back! We ran towards the lake before Kozuki-san and Fuma could find us.
Wait!
Wait, don't leave me. All right.
Oh, welcome back!
Kurumi-san waved at the two energetically, although her eyes shifted suspiciously.
Why are you three out of breath?
We played tag while you two were away. Kozuki-san looked unconvinced, but the five of us walked on. Eavesdropper is our achievement. Forget-me-not. Ooh, forget-me-not. Oh, we're probably going to find the flower because we're at the Botanical Gardens. But, however, I think we're coming up close to time, and seeing as that was just a chapter change, I think we can leave it there for today. So let's save. Save Forget-Me-Not in number 4. Yes, please. Thank you. Now let's go to Just Chatting. We'll head over there. And let's have a look-see as to who is online right now. Okay, looks like Animator's online. I don't know her that well, but I have followed her for quite a while. And she's a friend of Princess Ruska to a certain degree. So she seems like a nice enough lady. She likes to sing a lot, which is pretty cool. So let us begin the raid. Ooh, we have Death Dra- Is that a suggestion for who to raid? Actually, that's a better idea. Who is this person? Let's just check them out. I do trust you, Devilbird, but let's see what they're doing. Because yes, that sounds like a better idea than someone I don't really know that well. I'm always looking for new people to befriend and okay, they're doing Rocket League. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go there. Thank you for the suggestion, Devilbird. Oh, well, I mean, if you're going to give me all these suggestions, I guess I'll have to look at all of them. Unless there's one in particular you think is particularly worthwhile. Okay, we got Death Dragon. Who's the next one? Goblin Monk. B. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, Elden Ring. That sounds good. They're all nice people? Well, yeah, I mean, if you like them, they must be. I think you're a pretty good judge of character. Noita. Okay, we'll go with the Goblin Monk. She's playing Elden Ring right now. First playthrough, so that sounds exciting. Let us... Okay, let's begin that raid. EG taking 9 months to finish Elden Ring makes me never want to see it again, lol. The Elden Ring precursor? Let's see. Raid. No. Oh, Dark Souls, yeah. All right, raid's beginning. Thank you everyone for who's come by. Thanks to Devilbird, Sungats, Neat was here, Big Hattie. Thanks for everyone who joined us on this fine Saturday. It's been a lovely time. TG took forever. Well, yes. So yes, Monday we started something. What did we start on Monday? We were doing something, and I've completely forgotten. Cringe for breakfast. Exactly, Devilbird. So yeah, this will be the new time for Saturday streams, I think. I quite like doing it this early on. And stuff. So yeah, other than that, Monday's back to, normal time at 10 p.m. Check down in the doobly-doo for my schedule if you want to know what time that is in your area. Yeah, all day to do stuff. Especially because, I like my Saturday streams to be at 1 hour longer, to be 3 hours long. So, gives me plenty of time to do stuff and still get stuff done today. So yes, I'll see you all next time I see you, or I'll see you all in your own streams. And yes, thank you, Devilbird, for being here through all of this. Absolutely wonderful to see you. Wonderful to share the story with you. I love you all. You're all my little humble bees. And bye-bye.